Hello everybody, welcome back to part 2, I guess you could say, of the F1 Imola uh, race for my team, episode 4 technically. So, by the way, I want to give you guys some quick context. The reason why I'm showing you this is because the pre-race stuff actually got deleted and I couldn't actually fit it in this video, so I had to delete that part. So, I'm going to have to commentate right after the 5 lights, and also other things have been deleted. So, I'm trying to figure out a new software to edit on, but I'm gonna get right into the commentary after this is over, so please try the best to enjoy this. I apologize that I have to deal with this stupid editing software, but anyways, here we go. 5 red lights and we are underway here for the Imola GP, the main GP. We actually start P18 because some drivers actually got penalties here. You can see right now Zhou Guan Yu actually making a little bit of move here. We actually go around the outside next to the TV. There's some cars actually moving around here a little bit. Pierre Gasly, and that's Valtteri Bottas sending on my teammate Piastri. He's side by side with Ricardo to the Australians, and we get pushed off by Yuki Tsunoda, and now we're dead last. Yuki decided to hit me, and then I went off. I kind of should have backed out of that, to be honest with you, because I was not expecting him to just push me off like that, but like I said, there's really kind of nothing I could really do, so that's basically it for that one, but nothing you can really do. But actually, there's Nicholas Latifi going side by side with Seb Vettel. There's Alex Albon behind this queue. We're actually behind this queue as well. We actually kind of calmed down because we didn't want to be too aggressive. Now, I say too aggressive because I didn't want to be like super close to Alex, but you know, I'm just trying to get this whole thing situated. But we got to run on Alex. We're using overtake, and we go down the inside on Alex Albon, and we're actually going to get this move done here, and we do get the move done. So that was absolutely amazing. Beautiful move on Alex Albon. Now we can start chasing after Seb Vettel, Nicholas Latifi, Sebastian Vettel in the slipstream of Nicholas Latifi as well. We're also in his slipstream, but we're actually not going to make the move on. Here's actually Carlos Sainz. He's actually coming into the pits. He actually got front wing damage, and this is not what he started to want, because in front of the Tifosi, in front of the home crowd for Ferrari, that is a big disappointment for them. Sainz will have to somehow catch back up to this field by a safety car or just him on pure pace. Sebastian Vettel behind it. We actually are having trouble with Alex Albon because he's actually gaining on us as well. But we actually start beginning to pulling away. We start trying to get away from Alex, and we can start trying to push on to Seb Vettel. So we're on the back of them. Now, this queue is kind of long because it stretches from the whole midfield, but you can see there's Alex Albon. He's going to try to make a move possibly, but he actually can't get the move done. As Nicholas Latifi and Sebastian Vettel, they make contact, and that is some big moves as both of them make contact. They go side by side going to Aquaman and Riley. That is not what you want to do, personally, in my opinion, but they do it anyways. So that was absolutely cute, guys. As we go down into these next 2 corners, try not to take as much of that curb. I said it multiple times. Just do not take that curb. I learned the hard way. I'm going to try to get a move now done on Sebastian Vettel, as we're actually closing in on Seb Vettel. We go down the inside, and we actually hit the back of Seb. I was not expecting me to hit the back of Seb, but we actually did hit the back of him. Almost spun him out there. Almost took myself out, though, at the same time in this process. We begin to pull away a little bit from Alex Albon, but starting to make a little bit of a move here. As Alex Albon coming back around the outside. Can't get the move done. Here comes Vettel now. Why did I say Alex? I don't know. I'm so confused already. Vettel going around the outside here of Nicholas Latifi, and Vettel hits Latifi there. Both make contact, but Latifi just saves have Sebastian Vettel. We're actually going to get down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. Can we get this move done? We go down the inside full fast, and we possibly might get around him, as we do, as we give him a little bit of a squeeze there. And now we move up into 19th position. Now down on the next backstretch, trying to get ahead of Nicholas Latifi. We're going to try to pull ahead of him, but obviously we're not gonna try to overtake him here. It's just we're not close enough. But we're gonna get on the back here next to Latifi here. Here we go on the back stretch, on the main front stretch. Why does it, bro? Excuse my bad commentary here. But here we go, making our DRS move on, trying to get past Nicholas Latifi here. Can we get the move done here? As we go, we're gonna probably do the switchback, and we kind of dummy him a little bit there, and we get the move done. We send it down the inside, and that is a beautiful position for P18 in this race. Now we're 2 seconds behind Pierre Gasly, but we actually went off there, but there's a queue holding up, and that's actually holding up this queue. and that's what's bringing me closer. I'm looking, trying not to get front wing damage. We didn't get any front wing damage, which is good, but we're trying to get close to this queue, and we start getting a little bit closer to this queue. As there's Oscar Piastri, he's actually doing really well in this queue, as you can tell. No, but with all seriousness, Oscar's actually doing really well. This is the other day, by the way, with my commentary, so sorry that my voice is a little bit different. So yeah, we'll ignore that. But here we are on lap 18, lap 5 actually this race. We're in P18 at the moment, behind Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon. We did cut him, and got a little bit loose there off that corner as well. So we had to take a little bit of the escape road coming into that section of the area. So far this race has been pretty decent for us. We haven't gained much time compared to the others, but in this queue actually you can see there's Zhou Guanyu, and that's Yuki Tsunoda going down the inside, and we might be looking for a move, but actually look how much dirt we have on our car. I actually wanted to point that out because going through, when we hit that gravel trail, we actually hit it. Was going to go down the inside. We actually made Pierre Gasly go into a mistake there, as he misses out, and we now move up into P17, right behind Guan Yu Zhou, or Zhou Guan Yu as you call him. But here's Oscar Piastri. Esteban Ocon actually keeping really close behind. Piastri makes a little mistake here, and he actually caught a little bit of a train in this queue. And right now, everyone's behind him, and they're going to want to make a position up here, but in the DRS train, it's not very easy, as there's a change of strategy that Mark actually gave me, and I think we did accept it. But there's Yuki Tsunoda and Ricardo going down the inside, and so we go down the inside, and we get both Tsunoda and Zhou Guan Yu. What an awesome move down the inside. That's impossible. Jokingly, that was an amazing move actually down the inside. We made that move stick, and we're now right behind the back of the McLaren. That was a really nice move. Both kind of made a mistake here on the back view. Yeah, they both went side by side. I feel like I did benefit from that contact though, compared to the other. But Guan Yu tried to look for a move, but he couldn't get it done, obviously. Now Ricardo. Now we're on the back end of the McLaren. Now, Lando, his teammate's actually doing a lot better than he has, and he's doing really well, but Oscar Piastri, I think this will be a good fight between the two Aussies to see which Aussie is faster. DRS wide open. Ricardo actually doesn't get the move done, but Tsunoda's 1.3 behind because Zhou Guan Yu actually got front wing damage from the incident. So now we move ahead as we are now trying to push to see if we can get out Ricardo. But we actually have a really similar pace to Danny Rick and Piastri. I feel like we were a lot faster than Piastri, but going through, you know, the race, it was difficult to, you know, it's difficult to get past when your car isn't that fast in the straight and when the AI are a little bit faster than you. But it goes to be down to poor setup, as everybody knows by now. Oh, excuse me. Here we go, Ricardo now making a little bit of a move here. He's going to go around the outside, actually, of Oscar Piastri. The two Aussies fighting it out as Ricardo goes around the outside, and they make contact there. And we try to benefit, but we actually can't get the move done. As Ricardo and Piastri side by side once again. Piastri just stays ahead. And now we have to try to defend for Yuki Tsunoda, so we cannot lose his position. But as you can see right now, we move up to P15. And we are now benefited from this as well. So a brilliant defense there for Piastri, even though it kind of was a little bit of a lockup there. But as you can tell, we also defended really well from Tsunoda and Gasly. Both AlphaTauri cars are actually really quick this season, and they, you know, we were pulling away in those two corners because I feel like our car, I'm a lot better in the corners and the straights compared to teammates. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo now once again. He's going to try to make another move on Oscar Piastri. He goes around the outside. If Ricciardo can get this move done, as he goes around the outside to get the move done, and once again, they make more contact, but Ricciardo just stays ahead, and he gets that move done. Look at Danny Rick coming around the outside. That was an amazing move, but feel bad for Oscar because obviously that's a position we lost, but he now moves ahead. He moves up into P13 in this race. good beneficial from actually Oscar. But at this point, Oscar, he can now kind of carry this train. Let's see what his pace is compared to him. He's actually a little bit faster than us so through these corners, but you know, coming in, the pit window is going to be opening soon for everybody. You know, we usually pit around lap 15 in this race. That's usually been the stop, you know, one stop. But Sonoda, everyone else is kind of below the midfield. It's a kind of a big DRS train, all the way down with Piastri carrying the way. And oh, we go a little bit wide there, and we actually lose to Yuki Tsunoda. That was not the way I wanted it to work out, but we didn't lose position to Gasly though, which is good. But Gasly and Alex Albon, they're actually side by side. Gasly actually stays ahead of Alex Albon there as we go through now into the next few corners as well in this track. Albon and Gasly, I think, are still side by side going into the next few corners, and actually Albon actually got ahead of Gasly, so that's beneficial to Gasly. But now we're on the back of Tsunoda's rear. Well, we're trying to get into Tsunoda's DRS, but we weren't a little bit wide there. We took too much curb. I kind of felt when we took too much curb because the way the car just felt going through that corner and just going through the car, just it really bottles out this year because how low the cars are. But we're trying to pull a gap away from Alex, but we won a little bit more wide. We didn't actually get front wing damage, I don't believe so, but the car did feel a bit understeery, which kind of concerned me. So I actually believe I went to go talk to Mark to see what the thing was, and
mind that front wing is going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. No tyre can.
So we actually do have front wing damage, Mark claimed, but it's not severe damage, but clearly it's from that curve. It's the second time it's happened to us this weekend, because we did hit it in the sprint race. Here comes Tsunoda around the outside of Oscar Piastri there. Piastri takes the inside, he actually makes contact with Tsunoda once again, but Tsunoda also fighting us really hard here, and Piastri just did Tsunoda. Now we can try to pounce on Tsunoda, but I don't know if we're going to get this move done and we back out of it. Probably the right thing to do. We should not have even tried to fight that move, I think, because there's no way we were going to really get that. But down to P16 again, so far not the greatest race from our hands, but honestly it's what the pace has, and this is probably one of our best races to get a good result because we know we have pace around Imola. I just know the pace is there. I had it all weekend. The sprint race wasn't going in my favor, obviously, but even without the sprint race, it still went well. It's actually Tsunoda gets blocked by Magnussen coming out of the pits there. So interesting tactics from the Haas. This actually benefited Oscar Piastri, so we didn't lose a position. Thank you, Magnussen, for doing that, because that actually really helped Oscar pull a little bit of a gap. But obviously, cold tires, it's gonna obviously affect Tsunoda and me from behind, so it's actually gonna give a gap for Piastri. But we actually go around the outside. We get this move done here, and we're gonna go side by side, going up into the next corner, and we actually get the move done. And this is Lance Stroll retiring from the race with a engine failure, so not what the Canadian wanted. And that's basically, you know, we're just looking at more replays here as we go down. Look at this move around the outside. So look how much dirt on that car still. It's so much dirt. But here we go, looking around. We're actually behind the Haas, and we're side by side going up into the next turn, and we get this move done. It was an okay move, but obviously we have more better moves than that in us. And once again, we go out wide again. Not surprised. But obviously, we're now going to try to get in the back of Kevin Magnussen, but that Haas, it's super quick. The Haas is always quick. There's actually Oscar Piastri going into the pits, and he's going to come in for a set of hard tires, I believe, here. Yes, he goes in for the pits for a set of hards. Great move by Piastri to pit early, because it's really going to help him get more into to see what his actual full pace now on the hards and what he can do. Next, you in the back of Lando Norris. So Piastri getting the #1 driver treatment, obviously, and he well deserved, because he's been overall more consistent than we have. Australia we got front wing damage. Saudi Arabia we were actually the #1 driver there. Bahrain weren't even close, but I feel like right now we feel like the #1 driver, but since he's ahead, he's got priority, which I totally understand. You know, even me running the team, I'm trying to help Oscar to the best he can, because I actually want to keep him on it for a while, because he's actually, I want to say, one of the hottest rookies coming out of F2 from last season, and it sucks that he doesn't have a real life drive, but he's got to drive with us. Anyways, we come into the pits now for our set of hard tires. So it's a long pit straight, but we have to nail this turn in. If we nail this turn, we can actually get a good stop here. So we turn in, we get good, not purple, but no issue on the stop here as we get out of there just in enough time. And now we're gonna try and somehow get ahead of Oscar Piastri, but Piastri, he's about a couple seconds behind. So I think Piastri might jump us here. As full tires now, he actually does jump us. And same as Gasly and Sebastian Vettel. So, and there goes the Williams down the inside, and we actually get front wing damage from him, and we hit Tsunoda. Wow. Let's take a look. Alex Albon decided to send it and basically ruin our race there. The AI dive bombs have been a little bit fishy this season, and he basically was far behind, and he sent it on me, and I hit his rear wing, which I probably should have took more caution, obviously, but I would put full blame maybe on Alex, but obviously it probably was my fault as well, because I should have expected him to dive bomb, but I was not expecting that. So VSC out. Now our race is basically compromised at this point. There's really nothing we can do. Virtual safety car ending, no actual safety car. Safety car actually would have helped a lot more, mainly because you would have to keep a delta, but at the same time, the Ferraris are actually really close behind us as P20, so we're basically going to be last in this race as Guan Yu coming in. Just going for our pit stop here. Hopefully they get the front wing off this time, and they get the front wing off fine. But absolutely horrible weekend so far. Horrible. I want to say horrible weekend, but not the race result we wanted. We actually get lapped by the Ferrari, and actually look who it is. That's actually behind us. I believe that's Lando Norris, the guy we were just following a couple laps ago. Is now we're back behind him. But we were on the softs, so you could actually gain a lot more time. We actually were up to Norris's pace. We actually were able to keep up with Norris a little bit. Because I had fresh rubber, so I already had an advantage compared to all my other rivals. But there's actually 2 Alfa Romeos of Valtteri Bottas. He's making a move on Guan Yu as they go down to turn 1. Can the Alfa Romeo stick ahead? And no, Bottas makes a Bottas move, which is locking up. As always, here's actually Oscar Piastri here. That's actually Pierre Gasly trying to chase him down. And as you can see, a couple laps earlier, this was actually the run down to turn 1, or I think this was the lap before. Here we go side by side as Piastri moves Gasly, but can he get this move done? Oscar gonna get the move done. Amazing run by Oscar. He's doing a really good job pulling off this train of 3 cars with two cars that are technically faster than us. The AlphaTauri in the performance I think is a lot faster. We are ahead of the Aston Martin, but I didn't feel like Gasly actually got the door shut on him. He's trying to go for another move. Can't get that. We're coming to the pits again, and we're gonna try to pit for another set of softs. Actually got called in here, but also at the same time, the problem is when getting lapped is that sometimes these things, when you do get lapped, yeah, it's okay, but it's not okay when you see a McLaren go by you, which you realize that's Ricardo, and then a couple seconds later, that's actually your teammate about to lap you, and that's what Piastri did.
Last stop. No
We just
more
got
scheduled
lapped
pit
by our
stops. Let's
rookie
go.
teammate in only race 4 of the season. That hurt. That hurts. That was not definitely what I wanted to see at all. No way. Here we go side by side actually with Pierre Gasly here as he makes a little bit of move. Gasly sticks it in there on Piastri, but Piastri's gonna close him out a little bit. And he gets the move done. That's actually another blue flag, and that's for Charles Leclerc, who's leading this race. We're actually going 2 laps down now. Yikes, this race couldn't get from bad to worse as we're now 2 laps down compared to everybody else on the track. So, on lap 27, I know we did pit. So, if we didn't pit, we probably would have been 2 laps down. But on the soft snow tire wear upgrade, this hurts. You know, this hurts being a driver, seeing you go 2 laps down. But honestly, was it really our fault? I wouldn't really say that, but I guess you could kind of put the blame on me a little bit. As fast forward actually a couple laps, he's actually lap 29. As now Yuki Tsunoda actually, I believe he actually got front wing damage, or he backed out, and he's actually right behind his queues. We got a, no, not a yellow flag actually. I thought it was a little bit of a yellow flag, but it's actually not. This is the last lap of the race. As you can see right there, Oscar Piastri and Sebastian Vettel, they actually had a crash. Now with my editing software, I wasn't able to show the crash because my editing software is dumb. So I actually didn't be able to show the crash. This is actually the last lap of our race. So yeah, obviously I couldn't really show the crash, which it's unfortunate because my editing software is actually really dumb and will actually put me too much clips on here. Because apparently I actually overexceed the clip limit, which is like weird, but it's retarded. So I'm gonna try to figure another editing software out if I can. But honestly, this race was dreadful. On the back of Tsunoda, Charles Leclerc wins the race. GG to him. We go P19, 2 laps down. Love to see it.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And that's it then for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And what a sensational victory they've managed to pull off here. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again.
There's your winner, guys. Charles Leclerc. Ferrari absolutely on a dominant season in my career mode. Not in real life though. They have the definition of choking championships. Again, they're not focusing on reliability. Even though when I am recording this, Carlos Sainz actually got pulled for the British GP, so GG for him. But good race for Charles and Max, but from our side, both not a good race from both RJ Motorsports cars. That was an absolute dog of a race for both of us. There's just some podium pass things. We don't really need to see this stuff. It's whatever. But as we try to skip this.
Let's see how the driver's standings
This
have
was
changed.
actually the sprint
Max
race weekend
Verstappen's
as
excellent
well.
result today
The sprint
sees
race
him
videos
take over
actually
as the new leader
went
of the
up
Drivers'
before this because I actually
Championship.
couldn't fit
Well,
this
after an
in this
incredible
video,
day of
but
racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I'll probably go for Pierre Gasly.
Pierre
The team did
Gasly
a
is
good job
driver
with the
of the
strategy to
day,
put him
who
in
finished
amongst the pack,
P13 actually
but
from
it's
the
the
back.
driver's
So
job to capitalise on those
Leclerc
opportunities,
absolutely
and he did so with a lot of skill.
It's
the
time
grand
to check
slam,
out
I
the
guess you could
constructors'
say.
standings.
Fastest
Pulling
lap,
further ahead in the
25 on
standings,
the race.
It's Red Bull. There was
I
also
don't
a
think
strong
he got
showing
fastest
from the
lap. I don't think he
McLaren
got
team
fastest
today
lap.
as they make their way up the standings.
Amazing result from
It's
Charles
been an
though with the grand
absolutely
slam.
wild weekend of Formula One action.
He gets the
I
max
can't
points
wait
coming
to
out
see
of this
what's
weekend.
next.
But from basically Norris getting in the top 10, Ricardo getting in the top 10, no Aston Martins, no Williams in the top 10, which is good. I do like that because, you know, they're not in the top 10, but it's also benefit us because they don't have points, just like us. So yeah, there we are, P19 in the race. That's just the sprint highlights, and then the results from the race, because that was overall weekend. And then here's the main results here. Yeah, Pierre Gasly went one lap down as well. We go 2, Oscar went 4, but basically he DNF'd at the end of the race. So we actually did beat Oscar, surprisingly, but obviously it benefited us from him DNFing. Which actually, how he DNF'd was he actually got caught up in a little bit of a crash down in the turn 1. He hit the back of Vettel. Vettel actually passed him and he broke his front wing. So, and then he retired, but we're now 19th in the championship. We're no longer last. That's such a milestone. We have no points. Yeah, 19th now. Oscar now 20th. Vettel and Stroll, both Aston Martins, down to 20th. So we're not last in the championship now. But thank you guys for watching. Sorry that my voice is a little bit scrunchy, but I will see you guys for the Miami GP. Deuces, everybody.